Hey, I'm glad you made it back. Today's video, we're going to be going over 3 different things, and those things are based on videos that I have just recently put out. And what I wanted to do is kind of do a follow-up on those and show you what the end result was. And what I mean by that is a lot of you gave your input and comments on what you thought I should do to a particular project that I was working on and how you thought maybe it would be best to handle it. So stick around and I'll show you what we finally came up with based on your guys' input. So let's start with the video where I did the comparison of the Ryobi belt sander and my 20-plus-year-old belt sander. And we'll jump over to the exhaust on that. And I spoke about it having an exhaust for a vacuum portion here, a vacuum tube setup, and how I could not hook it up because it was so tight into here. And I'll show you that in 1 second. But what I ended up doing there is I had a ton of comments about, drilling a hole in the side there and going down through or whatever. I can't really or don't really want to drill a hole through there to hook up a vacuum to that, because under this bench, between this 6-inch plywood, there is storage in there. So that would have eaten into the storage. So I come up with a pretty simple solution with that. And let me get this belt sander kind of set in place to show you what I came up with. And you can see that there's very little room in there. So what I ended up doing was making a box out of coil stock. Bent up a box, put some tabs on it so I could pop rivet everything together. And I drilled a hole in this side of it, and I drilled a hole in this side of it. This side is what goes down on that, and this side is where I stick a vacuum cleaner hose. So it fits on the end here, just a real tight snug fit around that. And it slides back in and underneath that setup there. That creates the suction I need then through the box up into the vacuum portion of the belt sander. All right, so moving on to the next video and the bracket that I made for my Polaris General and the windshield latch, the one that had broke on me twice. So come to the final completion of what I did with that. And I believe that in that video I explained how I was going to put a pin in there, but did not have this pin yet. What I did was ordered a pin through McMaster-Carr, and it's got this release or plunger pin here. It releases these ball bearings, and there's one on each side. You can see down inside here that when I push that, the pin moves forward and those ball bearings drop into a groove. And the other thing I did was I took a simple little miniature bungee cord. It's just a little elastic cord, and I shortened it. Put a special hook on here to go under the bolt and put the hook through here. And I eliminated the keychain ring that was on that because I just didn't want that big bulkiness bouncing around. So let me take it over and show you what I did for the latch mechanism. All right, so we're back over here at the side-by-side, and there is that bracket that I made. And that's what holds the windshield down. Press the button to push it in, and now it's seated all the way in. And the ball bearings there depress back out once you release the pin, and there's no way that that pin can come in or out of there. So that's now locked into this position. It won't pop up. If I want to change it, pull this out, I can move the windshield to the next position and latch it in again. And I believe you guys have seen all that. But one thing that I explained in the video was I wanted to put some kind of tether on that. And what I did, like I showed you, that simple little bungee cord, I put that in and put it around that pin. And where some of you, I think, might have gotten confused is to, do something with this pin or whatever when it's not in either one of those positions. Well, here's what you do, is you just put the pin, when you want the windshield to be fully opened, you just put the pin back in and it stores right there. Some of you talked about different places where you could store that. Well, it's not really an issue because it stores in the latch itself when that windshield is in its upright position. So the only reason that I put that tether on there was if I should pull this out and accidentally drop it, it doesn't fall to the floor, it doesn't fall out into the woods or anything like that. So it's just there to keep the pin from falling off the machine. Otherwise, it's either in the latch when the windshield's fully open, or it's in through the latch when the windshield is in either one of the two lowered positions. So I never have to worry about losing the latch because it's always in here at one point or another. So that was a solution that worked out very well. There was a lot of suggestions and comments on how I should manipulate or what I should do with that pin, things like that. So I just wanted to update you on that pin, how it works, and a simple solution for it. All right, so now I want to move to the video of where I talked about this used tractor supply trailer that I redid. I've got the trailer here, got everything all completed with it, and I had asked in the video, what would you guys suggest I do with the bottom of this? Because I do want to leave it open for when I go get firewood and things like that. So the sawdust and the stuff you don't want to bring back home will fall through. And I had a ton of comments, ton of suggestions. So thank you again for that. And here's what I'm going to come up with on this. I researched a piece of 1/4 inch polypropylene sheeting for this, and the cheapest I could find was roughly around $200 to $250. And that was through like McMaster Car, and that is what I had in here prior that I had purchased, I'll bet, 15 years ago. So I decided that I'm going to leave this open, like I said, when I go get wood, but I went and I picked up a sheet of 1/4 inch Luan board or underlayment board. And like I said, it's a 1/4 inch thick, and I am going to glue these two thin sheets of Plastex waterproof wall panel. And it's really, really thin stuff. And it's a plastic material. It's made for wet areas. I would say that's maybe a 1/16 of an inch thick. And I got the special adhesive that I'm going to glue this to each side of this underlayment. And what that'll do is it'll give me a side facing up that is waterproof when I fill the trailer with dirt or bark mulch or anything like that. It will allow the shovel to easily scoop or sweep or brush anything out of the trailer. And the other piece is going to be put on the bottom. And why I'm doing that is for two reasons. One, it keeps the water that hits the bottom of that board from rotting it out, keeps it somewhat waterproofed. And two, I can always flip this board over. Say one of these rips or gets destroyed, I can flip that over. And then at some point in time, if both of them end up being destroyed and can't use it anymore, it's a pretty cheap fix. I think I paid $27 for this, which is ridiculous in itself, but still, $27 for that. I had these. I still have more sheets of them. So if I destroy that bottom panel when I'm doing topsoil or anything like that, I can just go get another one of these, and I've got some more of these left over. So we're going to go ahead and get this cut to a 6-foot length. Same with those. And we're going to go ahead and glue it up and put it in here and use it as a base. And I will not store this panel in this trailer when it's sitting outside because I just don't want the sun and the weather to hit it. I don't know what the UV rays will do to this panel, if it will make it brittle a lot quicker than it should. But being real thin and lightweight, I can pick that up out of there and just store it in the shed over there. And just as simple as that, go grab it when I know I'm going to be moving topsoil or any kind of debris. got that all glued up, and both sides are glued. That way, if this side wears out or gets torn or anything like that, you can always flip it over and use the other side. All right, well, that finishes up 3 projects that I reached out to you guys for. And really glad that you guys gave me your comments and your thoughts and opinions on some of those where I might not have known what I wanted to do next or had an idea and was just looking for your opinions on them. So thank you for that. And any chance I get, I read all your comments. Give them a like or a thumbs up and a heart symbol to let you know that I did see the comment or read it. So I guess I'm going to finish up today's video with a big thank you to you guys. So if you like the video, give me a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and drop some comments. Let me know what your thoughts are. See you again on the next one.